So you want to know, you've come to watch this video because you want to know about my stammering film. Welcome to my 15 stages. Well, not my 15 stages. These are the stages developed by Blake Snyder and written about in his book, Save the Cat. Brilliant book. And this is why I've built these three structures. These are your 15 stages. These are the 15 stages that every film you can ever think of go through. And these are the 15 stages that James and the Giant Speech are going to be projected onto out of my brain. So I already know, and I had an amazing breakthrough this morning, because for the last 4 weeks I've been writing or trying to write another film in Costa Coffee in Stockton High Street, hoping to bring writing to the people and failing miserably because I wanted people to talk to me. And one of the baristas there got me thinking, and I've been looking for a foil for James for my final scene. And it came to me this morning, and rightly or wrongly I told her. Yep, so I went to her and said, you're going to be the inspiration for one of my characters in James and the Giant Speech. So I already had, so my first stage, this is the first stage, this is the first scene. That was in my head, but it's now changed quite considerably. Yeah? Because of the barista in Costa Coffee in Stockton. So I know what the story's about. It's about a lad who's probably just gone up to 17 from 15. So I've made him now a 17-year-old lad with a brother. So I know about James. So it's about James and his giant stuttering problem. This is the before snapshot. This is going to be where James talks about his stutter and give you a few examples. The moment life changes, oh, that's a biggie. Now, as I've mentioned, James and the Giant Speech is going to be using stammering techniques from the 21st century. So I hope it gets questions raised, and it's not, and as I've said before, it's a comedy, but it's taking the piss, the mick out of all the old wives' tales, because there is so much rubbish. I've been doing research on the internet recently, and there's an awful lot of rubbish still being perpetrated in the name of stammering cures and stuttering cures. Absolute nonsense. So I'm hoping James and the Giant Speech puts a lot of those to bed. Okay, so these are your 15 stages. First scene, sorted. Know what the story's about, know the before snapshot, know the moment life changes. Now the therapist that James meets in this stage is offering very radical changes to his therapy. And this next stage, can I face the challenge, is James brave enough? Then he decides, yes, he is brave enough. And we set off on James's adventure. The B story, yeah, it's already been established here. Promise of the premise. This is where James works with his therapist. And through, see, I had to do the maths, blah, blah, blah. So that's why it looks like there's 18 stages, but there is in fact only 15 stages. Know the midpoint of the film, then things start to go wrong. Right? And I know who the main protagonist is. Yes. It's in here and it will be coming out. I know all these stories in here, the premise of the promise. I know all the therapy techniques because they are things that I used to use in clinic. So I know this story because it's been in my head for so long. But the change this morning was so brilliant. It is going off in a different direction slightly. James has now become 2 years older, but it is so important what is going to happen. Know who the bad guys are. I know what this part is. These are Dark Night of the Soul and All Is Lost. This is where the bad guys start to get the upper hand. This is where James gives it another go. He has a final idea. He's not going to give up because our James is a fighter. This is where James gives it one last go, the 1,000,000-to-1 shot. And we all know that 1,000,000-to-1, quoting Terry Pratchett, 1,000,000-to-1 shots always work. Now you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to buy into this film to see, because it's in my head. It is coming out on paper, on my computer, but I need people to back me because I've never produced a film. I've written 5 films. This is going to be my 6th or 7th or 8th, but it's really soon. If you want to see this film made, you've got to back me. Right? And I am a G now. Yeah, I write good films. Even though I say so myself, I'm a very talented writer. And I worked as a stammering speech and language therapist for a good few years. I know my stuff. James and the Giant Speech is going to happen. Do you want to back me? Okay, these 15 stages. I hope to produce more videos about James and the Giant Speech as the writing process continues. Thank you very much. Please back me. If you've got any questions, get in touch. Email me. If you're a film producer and you want to co-produce, get in touch. Yeah? Please subscribe to my videos, and I'm trying not to sound too desperate because I've been told I can get very desperate. I know what I'm talking about, and I know how good this film is. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Take care. Bye bye. Cut.